Then on to other stuff now, where small enterprises employ between 50% and 60% of South Africa's workforce and contribute around 34% of GDP. And there are over 5 million micro and small businesses in South Africa, many of which are located in the informal sector. So, in an effort to support small businesses following the devastating impact that COVID-19 has had on the economy, marketing and communication strategy Riverbed has partnered with Mindshare and in an initiative to help small businesses affected by the pandemic. So let's get more of this. We are joined by Riverbed CEO Monalisa Zwambila. Thank you very much for coming through, Monalisa. What does it take for an organization to partner and say they're going to assist small businesses in line with government has already done to announce relief funding for these businesses?
Great. Well, firstly, thank you for having me on your show. In terms of, what really is important for us, maybe just to start by saying, Ad Crashes is an initiative where, from a Riverbed perspective, we'll be looking at giving free advertising to small businesses. So in terms of the support that we need, it would be around how we are able to bring big business in to help provide us with the kind of exposure that small businesses need during this time. To that end, we've already managed to partner, with a couple of media owners, the likes of JC Deco, who own a lot of media inventory within South Africa. We've also partnered with an organization called ProVantage Media Group. And in so doing, we are then able to offer our small businesses exposure, the kind of exposure that is normally the preserve for big businesses.
All right. So now with this kind of offer, let's take the example of free advertising for businesses that would really not need that kind of advertising. Which ones are you targeting, and which ones would rather have this as a nice to have but won't really be working for them in as far as accessibility of their products, the distribution thereof, and making sure that it reaches their clients?
Right. Our approach, we obviously, I think what's really important is the support that we want to provide for small businesses. As you know, just in terms of the scope, you mentioned the numbers in terms of the number of small businesses that exist in South Africa. What was important for us in terms of our selection process was to look at small businesses that firstly are employing quite a large number of people. So our criteria is to look at small businesses that employ between 11 to 50 people. So that we know in terms of what we seek to do, we're also looking at helping to save jobs. That was really an important thing for us. We also want to work with small businesses that are consumer-facing, so their products need to be targeted at consumers, and so that any advertising we do will help benefit their efforts. And so that was really, what we looked at in terms of the criteria from a selection process.
Are there specific sectors that you are focusing on? Because one would believe that the difference between the small businesses that are in supply chain management would not really need much interaction with the public, unlike those frontline high-end products, perhaps, or small-end products that would need to be advertised in their individuality so that clients can be spoiled for choice in as far as purchasing them online, for example.
Absolutely. You're correct in that regard. So as I said, we are looking at businesses that are consumer facing. So retail would obviously be a big one. We look at manufacturing. We know that in the context of this COVID pandemic, we have a lot of businesses that are now looking at manufacturing solutions and innovative solutions for consumers. It could be masks or things like that. So we're really looking at a plethora of businesses, but definitely they need to be consumer-facing. So your retail markets, and manufacturing would be another one. It could be tourism as we open and start easing, the lockdown. We'll be guided really by the kind of entries that we get from a registration perspective. and we'll then be able to determine which businesses are best placed, to benefit from our initiative.
How can they reach you?
So the first phase, which is obviously what we're looking to do now, is really just create awareness around this idea, because obviously it's a national campaign. We want to be sure that we're able to attract the right kind of small businesses. The next phase is where we will be putting out a call for entries and for registration. People will be able to reach us on our website. We've developed an Ad Crashers website. They can reach us on www.adcrashers.co.za. We also are on social media at Ad Crashers, and I'm also on social media, and people are welcome to follow me on Twitter. And my handle is at Mona, MONA_ZWAM.
All right, thank you very much for making time, and we will follow up on helping those who would want to get in contact with you through social media and your website.